A four-pronged attack on the Classic Mile on Sunday. John, what are your confidence levels like leading into the race?
Well, Werther's done everything right. He won first up. Not many PPs do that, and he won very well. Sectionals were very impressive. He's a fitter horse than what he was that day, going into the race on Sunday. He's drawn the gun gate, got the gun jockey from Australia, Hugh Bowman, who knows him. And definitely, we know he gets a mile, and we know he'll get a lot further because he was runner-up in the Queensland Derby. So from that point of view, I've got very high hopes for him in the Classic Mile, and I'm sure he's going to stretch the likes of the highly rated horses, rating-wise, in Sun Jury and Wizard of Oz and is it Lucky Bubbles and Blizzard. He's going to stretch them. So from that point of view, I'm very positive about his chances.
Any concerns about second up syndrome?
None at all. He's since he's come up from Australia, when he arrived here, he's very light and whatever, but he's gained great body weight. He looks a picture of health, and for that reason, second up syndrome, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't come into the calculation with this fella.
You're putting the blinkers on Basic Trilogy?
Yeah, he had them in Australia. Gary had phoned me. Gary was the one who bought him for the owner and said, hey, it's about time he got the blinkers on. So I said, right, put the blinkers on. He gained a run. One has to remember that he came into Hong Kong off an 82 rating when he's on levels against horses as high as 110. So, the jury's out, but the owner's keen to run in the Derby. This is the ultimate aim. He's keen to run in the Derby. For that reason, put him in this race. My preference, of course, would have been to run in that 1800 class too, because I'm in need of a few winners after last season's, being the leading stable. But the owner's very, very keen, so we got the run, got the gun gate and gate one. White rode him yesterday and said what a nice horse he was, and that he mightn't be up to winning at this stage of his prep, but he's going to really, really run well. Last start, we know he got held up on the inside. It was actually Dougie White who closed the gap when he was coming through to run a place, third or fourth. So from that point of view, for those punters out there that like a little bit of value, he's worth having a bet each way.
Ever since you bought him, there's been a lot of talk about Consort. How is he heading into his second up run here?
Well, I've taken him very quietly because we know he's a horse he's got a little bit of attitude. For that reason, we don't change things. We haven't really put him to the grind. We know he's still carrying a little bit of condition, and Zach Purton has already relayed that to me. But we're right on target for the Derby. We've got his mind right with respect to coming back, gathering him up, getting him into a nice rhythm and kicking. So whatever he does, he will definitely improve on with the Derby trial. Of course, his next target after Sunday.
And Dashing Fellow?
Dashing Fellow, well, off 98, done everything right. Is the pace influence in the race. He's got a few issues after the trial the other day. He had an issue after the trial, which has cut his workload back a bit, but he is a fit horse. That sort of horse, again, for punters looking for a bit of value, he's the sort of horse to put into your bets.